Good evening. Oh, it's done the side thing, so I don't know where to look. I think I look over here. Yeah, over here. So, no, I don't like that. I'm going to go that way. Yeah. Rotate your phone. Oh. Try again. Shall we try again? That work? Tonight's live is brought to you by a conversation with a client today. The conversation with the client went something like they had some staff doing things for them. And there are a few areas where some extra stuff needed to be done. Some initiative needed to be shown and some willingness to do things that weren't necessarily part of their job description or their, list of assigned tasks kind of thing, really needed to be done. And this was met with, no, busy, or no, not in my job description. Oh, no, look over there. Oh, look, I see a shiny butterfly. Was not done. And so we were having this session and I was talking them through it. And I asked myself the question that I think we all need to ask ourselves: what are we willing to actually do? So, as you know, and as I have spoken about, I am working on my boundaries. That's a big thing. And I can quite often do too much. But that's kind of a needy, I want to do everything for everybody kind of place. But to have people that are working for you not do things when you ask them to do them is, let's talk reasonable here, not something completely unreasonable. But initiative needs to be shown, and camaraderie needs to be team playing needs to be shown. Team playing, is that the term? You need to show you're a team player. Something needs to happen. It needs to get done. It needs to get done now. You're part of this team. Step up and help it happen. And I think a lot of the problem we have with people in so many areas of life these days, work life, personal life, relationships, romantic sexual relationships, friend relationships, familial relationships, is that people aren't willing to actually step up and do what needs to get done. How many times have you been at a family function and someone sits there and doesn't help the dishes? How many times has there been a function somewhere and there's mess and everyone kind of just stands around, someone will get that. I don't know if it's because we're turning into lazy mofos, or if people genuinely think, not my monkeys, not my job. But the whole point, especially in a work situation, the whole point with a job description or a task list, things like that, is this is the kind of guiding light of what you're meant to be doing. Other stuff's going to happen. And the only way you are going to go forward in life, in business, in politics, in relationships, in parenting, in so many things, is your willingness to do what just needs to bloody well get done. Not to your detriment. That's not what I'm saying at all. But for God's sake, people, like some of you really, really need to stop clinging to this, no, it's not my job, or, oh no, we decided you do the washing. Well, the washing's piling up. Get the washing done. Like, go that extra mile to get stuff done, and it will be rewarded. It absolutely will. If you listen to any podcast or read any book about any ultra successful person, they did what was they were willing to do what had to get done. They were willing to work that little bit harder. They had the kudos to ring people they thought could help them in business or life. They had the balls to go to an event and spruik what they did. They had the willingness to do what had to get done in order to get the result they wanted. And I think a lot of people are missing that. So it's my little Friday night 5 cents. I'll try and keep these ones quick. Is that, look at what you're doing in your life. You may be an employee. You may be a CEO. You may be an owner of a business. You may be a small business owner. You may be a student. You may be a stay-at-home mum. Doesn't really matter. But in anything that comes up in your day-to-day life, are you truly willing to do what needs to get done, even if sometimes that doesn't fit within your kind of, this is my stuff to do? Are you really willing to do it? Chances are, if you look in the mirror, you're not. A lot of people aren't. And I challenge you on that one. Like, go for it. Like, put in the hard yards and reap the reward. Reap the rewards. I sound like I've been drinking. I haven't. Put in the hard yards and reap the rewards. I promise you, there's not a successful person on the planet that sat back and went, that's not in my job description. They saw something that needed to get done. They hit the ground running, or they created a way to do it. Okay? Have a great night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Finish button.